to sing a song that old was sung. From high Olympus Diana comes. It hath been sung at festivals on ember eves and holy ales, and lords and ladies in their lives have read it for restoratives. If you, born in these latter times when wit's more ripe, accept our rhymes, and that to hear a goddess sing may to your wishes pleasure bring, we immortal life would spend in songs and stories without end.
This Antioch, then Antiochus the Great, built up this city for his chiefest seat. The king unto him took a peer, who died, and left a female heir, so sprightly sweet and fair of face, as heaven had lent her all his grace, with whom the father liking took, and to her evil did provoke. Poor child, vile father, to abuse his own in such a kind, should be done by none. The custom what he did begin, after long use he thought no sin. The beauty of this ill-used dame made many princes thither frame to seek her as a bedfellow, and marriage pleasure's playfellow, which to prevent, he made a law to keep her still in men in awe, that whoso asked her for his wife, his riddle solved not, lost his life. So for her, many a knight did die, as yon grim scroll doth testify. Now what ensues to judgment of your eye? I give my cause, who best can justify?
Young Prince of Tyre, you have at large received the danger of the task you undertake.
I have, Antiochus, and with a soul emboldened with the glory of her praise, think death no hazard in this enterprise.
Bring in our daughter, clothed like a bride and fit for the embrace of Jove himself.
See where she comes, apparelled like the spring, raises her subjects and her thoughts the king. You gods that sway in love, now be my helps to compass such a boundless happiness.
Prince Pericles,
That would be son to great Antiochus.
before thee stands this fair Hesperides, with gold and fruit, yet dangerous to be touched. Her face, like heaven, enticeth thee to view her countless glories, which desert must gain, and which, without desert, because thine eye presumes to reach, all thy whole heap must die. These sometimes famous princes, like thyself, are here writ martyrs, slain in Cupid's wars, and with dead lips advise thee to desist in tempting death his net, whom none resist.
Antiochus, I thank thee that hath taught my frail mortality to know itself. For death remembered should be like a mirror who tells us life's but breath, to trust it, error. I'll make my will then, and as sick men do, so I bequeath a happy peace to you and all good men, as every prince should do. My riches to the earth from whence they came, but my unspotted fire of love to you. Thus ready for the way of life or death, I wait your sharpest blow, Antiochus.
Scorning advice, read the conclusion then, which read and not expounded, 'tis decreed, as these before thee thou thyself shalt lead.
Well said yet. Mayest thou prove prosperous. Well said yet. I wish thee happiness.
Like a bold champion, I assume the lists, nor ask advice of any other thought, but faithfulness and courage.
I am no viper, yet I feed on mother's flesh, which did me breed. I sought a husband, in which labor I found that kindness in a father. He's father, son, and husband mild, I mother, wife, and yet his child. how they may be, and yet in two, as you will live, resolved you.
Sharp physic is the last. But oh, you powers that give heaven countless eyes to view men's acts, why cloud they not their sight perpetually if this be true that makes me pale to read it? Fair glass of light, I loved you, and could still, were not this glorious casket stored with ill. Good sooth, I dare not challenge you.
Prince Pericles, touch not upon thy life, for that's an article within our law as dangerous as the rest. Your time's expired. Either expound now, or receive your sentence.
Great King, few love to hear the sins they love to act. 'Twould touch yourself too near for me to tell it. Who has a book of all that monarchs do, he's more secure to keep it shut than shown. Kings are earth's gods, in vice their laws their will. And if Jove stray, who dare say Jove doth ill? It is enough, you know, and it is fit what being more known grows worse, to smother it.
Would that I had thy head. He has found the meaning. But I will gloat. Young Prince of Tyre, though by the tenor of our strict edict your exposition misinterpreting, we might proceed to cancel of your days. Yet hope, succeeding from so fair a tree as your fair self, doth tune us otherwise. 40 days longer we do respite you, if by which time our secret be undone, this mercy shows we'll joy in such a son. Until then, your entertain shall be as doth befit our honor and your worth.
How courtesy would seem to cover sin, when what is done is like an hypocrite, the which is good in nothing but in sight. Antioch, farewell, for wisdom sees those men blush not in actions blacker than the night, will leave no course to keep them from the light. One sin I know, another doth provoke. Murder is as near to this as flame to smoke. Then lest my life be cropped to keep you clear, by flight I'll shun the danger which I fear.
He hath found the meaning for which we mean to have his head. He must not live to trumpet forth my infamy, nor tell the world that Antiochus doth sin in such a loathed manner. Who doth attend us here? Therefore instantly this prince must die, for by his fall my honor must keep high.
Doth your highness call?
Athaliah, you are of our chamber, and our mind partakes our private actions to your secrecy. And for this faithfulness we will advance you. Athaliah, behold, here's poison, and here's gold. We hate the Prince of Tyre, and thou must kill him. It fits thee not to ask the reason why, because we bid it.
My lord, Prince Pericles is fled.
What sayest thou?
My lord, Prince Pericles is fled.
By thy life fly after, and like an arrow shot from a well-experienced archer hits the mark his eye doth level at, so thou ne'er return unless thou say, Prince Pericles is dead.
My lord, if I can get him within my dagger's length, I'll make him sure enough. So farewell to your highness.
Athaliah, adieu. Till Pericles be dead, my heart can lend no succor to my head.
Why should dull-eyed melancholy be my so used a guest, as not an hour in a day's glorious walk? Or peaceful night, the tomb where grief should sleep, can breed me quiet. Here pleasures court mine eyes, and my eyes shun them. And danger which I fear is at Antioch. And yet I fear the great Antiochus, against whom I am too little to contend, will think me speaking, though I swear to silence. And what may make him blush in being known, he'll stop the course by which it might be known. With hostile forces, he'll o'erspread the land, and with the ostent of war will look so huge, amazement shall drive courage from the state. Our men be vanquished ere they do resist, and subjects punished that ne'er thought offense. Which care of them, not pity of myself, makes both my body pine and soul to languish, and punish that before that he would punish.
Joy and all comfort to your sacred breast, King of Pericles, I am.
Helicanus, thou hast disturbed us. What seest thou in our looks?
An angry brow, dread lord.
If there be such a dart in princes' frowns, how durst thy tongue move anger to our face?
How dare the flowers look up to the heavens from whence they have their nourishment?
Thou know'st I have power to take thy life.
I have ground the axe myself. Do you but strike the blow.
Rise, prithee rise. Sit down. Thou art no flatterer, fit counselor and servant for a prince, who by thy wisdom makes a prince thy servant. What wouldst thou have me do?
To bear with patience such griefs you yourself do lay upon yourself.
Thou speakst like a physician, Helicanus, that ministerst a potion unto me that thou wouldst tremble to receive thyself. Attend me, then. I went to Antioch, where, as thou knowst, I sought the purchase of a glorious beauty from whence an issue I might propagate. Her face was to mine eye beyond all wonder. But alas, hark in thine ear, which by my knowledge found, the sinful father seemed not to strike, but smooth. But thou knowst this, 'tis time to fear when tyrants seem to kiss. Such fear so grew in me, I hither fled under the covering of a careful night. I know him, tyrannous, and tyrant's fears decrease not, but grow faster than the years. And should he doubt it, as no doubt he doth, that I might open to the listening air how many worthy princes' bloods were shed to keep his act of blackness unlaid open, to lop that doubt, he'll fill this land with arms, and make pretense of wrong that I have done him, when all my land, for my supposed offense, must feel war's blow, that spares not innocence, which love to all, of which thyself art one, who now reprovest me for it.
Alas, sir!
Drew sleep out of mine eyes, blood from my cheeks, musings in my mind with thousand doubts, how I might stop this tempest ere it came. And finding little comfort to relieve them, I thought it princely charity to grieve them.
My lord, since you have given me leave to speak, will I speak freely? Antiochus you fear, and justly too. I think you fear the tyrant who either by public war or private treason will take away your life. Therefore, my liege, go travel for a while, till that his rage and anger be forgot, or till the destinies do cut his thread of life. Your rule direct to any, if but to me, light serves not day more faithful than I'll be.
I do not doubt thy loyalty. The care I had and have of subjects' good, on thee I lay, whose wisdom's strength can bear it. I'll take thy word for faith, not ask thine oath. Who shuns not to break one will sure crack both. Tyre, I now look from thee, then, and to Tarsus intend my travel, where I'll hear from thee, and by whose letters I'll dispose myself. Go, bid my people prepare.
So this is Tyre, and this the court. Here must I kill King Pericles. And if I do not, I'm sure to be hanged at home. 'Tis dangerous. If a king bid a man to be a villain, he's bound by the indenture of his oath to be one. Well, I perceive he was a wise fellow, and had good discretion, but being bid to ask what he would, the king desired to know none of his secrets. Hush, here come the lords of Tyre.
You shall not need, my fellow peers of Tyre, further to question me of your king's departure. His sealed commission, left in trust with me, doth speak sufficiently. He's gone to travel,
How, the king gone?
He puts himself under the shipman's toil with whom every moment threatens life or death.
The gods love King Pericles'
Well, I perceive I shall not now be hanged. But since he's gone, the king this news must please. He 'scaped the land, to perish on the seas. A home, to tell the king what here hath chance.
My distressed queen, this Tarsus, my unhappy state, was once a city on whom plenty held full hand, where riches were strewed even in the streets, whose towers bore heads so high they kissed the clouds, and strangers ne'er beheld but wondered at, whose men and dames so jeweled and adorned like another's glass to trim them by. Their tables were stored full to glad the sight, and not so much feed on as delight. All poverty was scorned, and pride was great.
Oh, 'tis too true.
But see what heaven can do. This by our change, these mouths who but of late earth, sea, and air were all too little to content and please. Those palates who, not yet 2 summers before, must have inventions to delight the taste, would now be glad of bread and beg for it. Those mothers who, to nuzzle up their babes, thought not too curious, are now ready to eat the little darlings whom they loved. So sharp are hunger's teeth that man and wife draw lots who first shall die to lengthen life. Here many sink, yet those that see them fall have scarce strength left to give them burial. Is this not true?
Our cheeks and hollow eyes do witness it.
Where's the Lord Governor?
Here, speak out thy sorrows which thou bring'st in haste.
We have described upon our neighboring shore of portly south ships make hitherward.
I thought as much. One sorrow never comes, but brings an heir, and so with us. Some neighboring nation, taking advantage of our miseries, have stuffed these hollowed vessels with their power to beat us down, the which are down already.
That's the least fear for. By the semblance of their white flags displayed, they bring us peace and come to us as favors, not as foes.
Thou speakst as one untutored to repeat. Who makes the fairest show means the most deceit. But peace is welcome if on peace he consist. If wars, we are unable to resist. Go tell their general we will attend him here.
I go, my lord.
Oh, let those cities on whom plenty's cup with her prosperity so richly tasted with their superfluous riots hear these tears. Our present suffering someday may be theirs.
Well, bring what they will. What need we fear? The ground's the lowest, and we are halfway there.
Lord Governor, for so we hear you are. Let not our ships and number of our men be like a beacon fired to amaze your eyes. We have heard your miseries as far as Tyre, and seen the desolation in your streets. Nor come we to add sorrow to your tears, but to relieve them of their heavy load. And these our ships, you happily may think, are like the Trojan horse with treason filled, are stored with grain, to make your needy bread, and give them life, whom hunger starved half dead.
The gods of Greece protect you, and will pray for you.
And we'll pray for you.
And we'll pray for you.
Rise, I pray you, rise. We do not look for reverence, but to love, and harborage for ourself, our ships, and men.
The which, when any shall not gratify or pay you with unthankfulness and thought, the curse of heaven and men succeed their evils. Till when, which I hope shall ne'er be seen, your grace is welcome to our town and us.
Which welcome we'll accept. Feast here a while, until our stars that frown lend us a smile.
Here, have you seen a mighty king? His child, alas, to evil bring, and Pericles, though he be just, proclaiming not the tyrant's lust. Fearing death, he feigns respect, but good smiles not on such neglect. Good Helicane at his king's desire sends word of all that haps in Tyre, and that in Tarsus was not best, longer for him to make his rest. Hearing this, he puts forth the seas, where when men go, there is seldom ease. For now, the winds begin to blow, thunder above and waves below, make such unquiet that the ship which should him house is wrecked and split, and he, good prince, having all lost by waves from coast to coast is tossed. All perishing the men of health, nay, aught escaping but himself. So fortune, tired of doing bad, threw him ashore to give him glad. And here he comes, what shall be next? Diana leads into the text.
Yet cease your ire, you angry stars of heaven! Wind, rain, and thunder, remember, earthly man is but a substance that must yield to you, and I, as fits my nature to obey you. Alas, the sea hath cast me on the rocks, washed me from shore to shore, and left me breath, nothing to think on but ensuing death. Let it suffice the greatness of your powers to have bereft a prince of all his fortunes, and having thrown him from your watery grave, here, to have his death in peace is all he'll crave.
Oh, Pilch!
Come and bring away the nets.
What, Pat Breach, I say?
What say you, masters?
Oh, look how thou stirrest now. Come away, I'll fetch thee a wonion.
Masters, I was thinking of the poor men that were cast away before us even now.
Alas, poor souls, it grieved my heart to hear what pitiful cries they made to us to help them when, well a day, we could scarce help ourselves.
Master, I do marvel how the fish do live in the sea.
Why, as men do a land, the great ones eat up the little ones. I can compare our rich miser to nothing so fitly as to a whale. He plays and tumbles, driving the poor fry before him, and at last devours them all in a mouthful. Such whales have I heard on the land who never leave gaping till they've swallowed the whole parish, church steeple, bells and all.
Master, if I had been the sexton, I would have been that day in the belfry.
Why, man?
Because then he would have swallowed me too, and when I had been in his stomach, I would have kept such a jangling of the bells that he would have ne'er left till he had cast church, parish, steeple, and bells up again. But if the good King Simonides were of my mind,
Simonides?
he would purge the land of these drones that rather be of their honey.
Oh, from the finny subject of the sea, these fishers tell the infirmities of men. Peace be at your labor, honest fishermen.
Honest. Good fellow, what's that?
May see, the sea hath cast upon your coast
What a drunken knave was the sea to cast thee in our way.
a man whom both the waters and the wind in that vast tennis court hath made the ball for them to play upon. Entreat you, pity him. He asks of you that never used to beg.
No friend, cannot you beg? There's them in our country of Greece which gets more with begging than we can do with working.
Canst thou catch any fishes then?
I never practiced it.
Nay, then thou wilt starve, for there's ne'er to be caught nowadays unless thou canst fish for it.
What I have been, I have forgot to know. But what I am, want teaches me to think on. A man thronged up with cold, my veins are chill, and have no more of life in me than may suffice to give my tongue that heat to ask your help, which, if you shall refuse, when I am dead, for that I am a man, pray, see me bury it.
Die, quotha. Now God's forbid. Here, I have a gown. Come, put it on. Keep thee warm. Why, for me, a handsome fellow. Come, thou shalt go home, and we shall have flesh for holidays, fish for fasting days, and moreover, puddings and flapjacks, and thou shalt be welcome.
I thank you, sir.
Sir, I thought you said you could not beg.
I did but crave.
But crave? Then I'll turn craver too, and so I shall scape whipping.
Why are all your beggars whipped then?
Oh, not all, my friend. Not all. For if all your beggars were whipped, I would wish no better office than beadle. The master will go drop the net.
How well this honest mirth becomes their labor.
Hark ye, friend, you know where ye are?
Not well.
I shall tell you, this is called Pentapolis, and our king the good Simonides.
The good Simonides, do you call him?
Aye, for so he deserves to be called for his peaceable reign and good government.
He is a happy king, since he gains from his subjects the name of good by his government. How far is his court distant from this shore?
Marry, sir, half a day's journey, and I tell you, he hath a fair daughter, and tomorrow is her birthday. There's to be princes and knights from all parts of the world to vie for her love. There's to be a great wrestling match.
Were my fortunes equal to my desires, I could wish to make one there.
Oh, sir, things must be as they may.
Help! Master! Help! Here's a fish that hangs in the net like a poor man's rights in the law. 'Twill hardly come out. 'Tis come at last, but 'tis turned to a rusty shield.
In armor, friends. I pray you, let me see it. Thanks, fortunes, yet, that after all my crosses, thou givest me somewhat to repair myself. And though it be mine own, part of my heritage, which my dead father did bequeath to me, it kept where I kept, I so dearly loved it, till the rough seas that spare not any man took it in rage. Though calmed, I have given it again.
What mean you, sir?
To beg of you, kind friends, this shield of worth, for it was sometime target to a king. I know it by this mark. He loved me dearly, and for his sake I wish the having of it, and that you'll guide me to your sovereign's court, where with it I may appear a gentleman. And if that ever my low fortunes better, I'll pay your bounties. Till then, rest your debtor.
Wilt thou wrestle for the lady?
I'll show what simple skill I have.
Why, do take it then, and the gods give thee good on it.
I would hark you, friend. 'Twas we that pulled this iron from the rough seams of the water. There are certain condolements, certain veils, and I hope if you thrive, you'll remember from whence you had it.
Believe it, I will. Only, my friend, I yet am unprovided of a pair of bases.
Oh, we will sure provide, and I'll give you my best gown to make thee a pair, and bring you to court myself.
Then honor be but a goal to my will. This day I'll rise, or else add ill to ill.
Are the knights ready to begin the triumph?
They are, my liege, and stay are coming to present themselves,
'Tis now your honor, my daughter, to present the honor of each knight in his device.
which, to preserve mine honor, I'll perform.
Who is the first that doth prefer himself?
The Knight of Athens, my renowned father, and the device he bears upon his shield, a disarmed warrior reaching at the sun, the words, "You are light and my life."
He loves you well that holds his life of you. Who is the second that presents himself?
The Prince of Persia, my royal father, and the device he bears upon his shield is an armed knight that's conquered by a lady. The motto, thus, more power and sweetness than force.
And what's the third?
A falcon with a golden spear, mounted on a helmet decked with yellow scarves. The knight is English, the motto thus in French, non sans moutarde, not without Mustard?
And what's the last? The knight with such a graceful courtesy delivered.
He seems to be a stranger. But his present is a withered branch that's only green at top. The motto, in hoc spe vivo. In this hope I live.
A pretty moral. From the dejected state wherein he lies, he hopes by you his fortunes may yet flourish.
Yet need do better than his outward show, for by his rustic outside he appears to have practiced more the whipstock than the sword.
Opinion's but a fool, which makes us scan the outward habit for the inward man. But peace, the wrestling proceeds! Knights, to say you are welcome were superfluous. Prepare for mirth becomes a feast. You are princes and my guests.
And you, my knight and guest, to whom this wreath of victory I give, and crown, king of this day's happiness.
'Tis more by fortune, lady, than by merit.
Call it what you will, the day is yours, and here I hope are none who envies it.
No, indeed. Envy does not become knighthood.
We are honored by the good Simonides.
Your presence glads our days. For honor we love, and who hates honor hates the gods above.
Sir, yonder is your place.
Some other is more fit.
Contend not, sir, for we are gentlemen, that neither in our hearts nor outward eyes envy the great, nor do the low despise.
You are right, courteous knights.
Sit, sir, sit!
By Jove, I wonder who is king of thoughts. These cates resist me. She but thought upon.
By Juno, who is queen of marriage, all viands that I eat do seem unsavory. Wishing him my meat. Sure, he's a gallant gentleman.
He's but a country gentleman, hath done no more than other knights have done. A lucky hit accepted, let it pass.
To me, he seems like diamond to glass.
Yon king's to me like to my father's picture, which tells me in that glory once he was.
What, are you merry, knights?
Who can be other in this royal presence?
Here with a cup that's stored unto the brim, as you do love, fill your mistress' lips. We drink this health to you.
We thank your grace.
Yet pause a while. Yon knight doth sit too melancholy, as though the entertainment of our court had not a show might countervail his worth. Noted not you, Thaisa?
What is it to me, my father?
Oh, attend, my daughter. Knights in this should live like gods above, who give freely to everyone that comes. Go, say we drink this standing bowl of wine to him.
Alas, my father, it befits not me unto a stranger knight to be so bold. He may my proffers take for an offense, since men take women's gifts for impudence.
How? Do as I bid you, or you'll move me else.
Now, by the gods, you could not please me better.
And furthermore, tell him we wish to know of him, of whence he is, his name and parentage.
The king, my father, sir, has drunk to you,
I thank him.
wishing it more blood unto your life.
I thank both him and you, and pledge him freely.
And further, he desires to know of you, whence you are, your name and parentage.
A gentleman of Tyre. My name, Pericles. My education been in arts and arms, who looking for adventure in the world was by the rough seas reft of ships and men, and after shipwreck driven upon this shore.
He thanks your grace, names himself Pericles, a gentleman of Tyre, who only by misfortune of the seas bereft of ships and men, cast onto this shore.
By the gods, I do pity his misfortune, and will awake him from his melancholy. Come, gentlemen, we sit too long on trifles and waste the time which looks for other revels. Even in your armors, as you are addressed, will very well become a soldier's dance. I'll not have excuse. Come, come. This was well asked. 'Twas so well performed. Come, sir. Here is a lady that wants breathing too, and I am told you knights of Tyre are excellent in making ladies trip.
And those that practice it they are, my lord.
Oh, that's as much as would be denied of your fair courtesy. A dance, then, come.
My simple skill is at your grace's will.
Well done, well done. Thanks, gentlemen, to all. Welcome you are. No more so than you. Knight pages and lights to conduct these knights unto their several lodgings. Yours, sir, we have given order to be next to our own.
I am at your grace's service.
Knights, it is too late to talk of love, and I know that's the mark you level at. Therefore, each betake thee to his rest. Tomorrow, all for speeding do their best.
Now, gentlefolk, the great Antiochus was guilty of unspoken wickedness, to which the Most High gods not minding longer to withhold the vengeance that they had in store, even in the height and pride of all his glory, when he was seated in a chariot of inestimable value, his daughter looking on, a fire from heaven came and shriveled up his body, that he so stunk that all those whose eyes adored him ere his fall swore now their hands should give him burial. His daughter, as his heir, now steers the state, and vows she'll reign alone until her death.
Lord Helicane, we have a suit to you.
To me,
Know that our griefs are risen to the top, and now at length they overflow their banks.
your griefs. For what? Wrong not your prince you love.
Wrong not yourself then, noble Helicane, for if the prince do live, let us salute him. If in the world he breathes, we'll seek him out, and be resolved he lives to govern us. Or dead gives cause to mourn his funeral, and knowing this kingdom is without a head, as goodly buildings left without a roof soon fall to ruin. Your noble self, that best know how to rule and how to reign, we thus submit unto our sovereign.
For honor's cause, forbear your suffrages. If that you love Prince Pericles, forbear. A 12-month longer, let me entreat you to endure the absence of your king. If in which time expired he not return, I shall with aged patience bear your yoke. If further you would serve your prince and me, go search like noble subjects for your king, whom if you find and win unto return, you shall sit like diamonds about his crown.
To wisdom he's a fool that will not yield, and since Lord Helicane enjoyeth us, we with our travels will endeavor us.
Then you love us and we you, and will clasp hands. When peers thus knit, a kingdom ever stands.
Good morrow to the good Simonides.
Knight, this from my daughter I let you know, that for this 12 months she'll not undertake a married life. Her reason to herself is only known, the which by no mean can I get.
May we not get access to her, my lord?
Faith, by no means, for she has so strictly tied her to her chamber that 'tis impossible. 12 moons more, and she'll wear Diana's livery. This on the eye of Cynthia hath she vowed, and on her virgin honor will not break it.
Loath to bid farewell, I take my leave.
He is well dispatched. Now to my daughter's letter. She tells me here that she'd wed the stranger knight, nor never nor view nor day nor light. Yea, mistress, I like that well. Your choice agrees with mine. Nay, how absolute she's on it, not minding whether I dislike or no. I do commend thy choice, and will no longer have it delayed. Soft, here he comes. I must dissemble it.
All fortune to the good Simonides.
To you as much, sir. I am much beholden to you this other night for your sweet music. I dare say my ears were never better fed with such delightful, pleasing harmony.
It is your grace's pleasure to commend, not my desert.
Sir, you are music's master.
The worst of all her scholars, my good lord.
Let me ask you one thing. What do you think of my daughter, sir?
A most virtuous princess.
And fair, too, is she not?
As a fair day in summer, wondrous fair.
Sir, my daughter likes you well. Aye, so well that you must be her master. Her music master, she you scholar.
I am unworthy for her schoolmaster.
She thinks not so. Peruse this writing else.
What's here? A letter that she loves the knight of Tyre. 'Tis the king's subtlety to have my life. Oh, seek not to entrap me, gracious lord, a stranger and distressed gentleman that never aimed so high to love your daughter, but bent all offices to honor her.
Thou hast bewitched my daughter, and thou art a villain.
By the gods, I have not. I came into your court for honor's cause and not to be a rebel to her state. Never did thought of mine levy offense. My actions are as noble as my thoughts, nor never did my action yet commit a deed to earn her love or your displeasure.
No, here comes my daughter. She can witness it.
Then, as you are as virtuous as fair, resolve your angry father, if my tongue did ear solicit, or my hand subscribe to any syllable that made love to you.
Why, sir, say if you had. Who take offense that would make me glad?
Yea, mistress, are you so peremptory? I am glad on it with all my heart. I'll tame you, I'll bring you in subjection. Would you, not having my consent, bestow your love and affections upon a stranger? The who may be, nor can I think the contrary, as great in blood as myself. Therefore, hear you, mistress, either fit your will to mine, and you, sir, either be ruled by me, or I will make you man and wife. Come, your hands and lips must seal it too. What, are you both pleased?
Yes, if you love me, sir.
Even as my life or blood that fosters it.
What, are you both agreed?
Yes, if it please your majesty.
It pleaseth me so well that I will see you wed. And then with what haste you can get you to bed!
The sleepy slacked hath the rout, no din but snores the house about, made louder by this o'erfed breast of this most pompous marriage feast. King Pericles and his fair bride in great content at court abide, and as months pass, it's clear to see the loving pair will soon be three. Across the sea at last from Tyre, Fame answering the most strange inquiry from the court of King Simonides. Lords are come, their news are these. Antiochus by now is dead. The men of Tyre on the head of Helicanus would set the crown of Tyre, but he will none. Brief, he must hence depart to Tyre. The queen with child makes her desire. Who shall cross? Long to go, admit we all, their dole and woe. Like Corda, her nurse she takes, and so to sea. Our vessel shakes on Neptune's billow, half the flood hath there filled tight. Where fortune's moon buries again the grisly sport. The grisly north, the scourge is such a tempest forth, that like a duck before life dives, up and down the poor ship drives. The lady shrieks, and well anear does fall in travail with her fear. And what ensues in this fell storm shall for itself perform. The stage, the ship upon whose deck the sea-tossed Pericles will to speak.
Thou God of this great vast, rebuke these surges which wash both heaven and hell, and thou that hast upon the wind's command, bind them in brass, having called them from the deep. Oh, still thy deafening dreadful thunders, gently quench thy nimble sulphur flashes. Like Orda, how does my queen? Thou stormest venomously, wilt thou spit all thyself? The seaman's whistle is as a whisper in the ears of death unheard. Like Orda! Diana, O divinest patroness and midwife gentle of those that cry by night, convey thy deity aboard our dancing boat. Make swift the pangs of my queen's travails. And now, like Orda!
Here is a thing too young for such a place, for if it had conceit would die as I am like to do. Take in your arms this piece of your dead queen.
Oh, like Orda!
Patience, good sir, do not assist the storm. Here's all that is left living of your queen, a little daughter. For the sake of it, be manly and take comfort.
Oh, you gods! Why do you make us love your goodly gifts and snatch them straight away?
Patience, good sir, even for this charge.
Now mild may be thy life, for more blusterous birth had never babe. Thou hast as chiding a nativity as fire, air, water, earth, and heaven can make. The good gods throw their best eyes upon thee.
What courage, sir? God save you.
Courage enough. I do not fear the storm, it has done to me the worst. Yet, for the love of this poor infant, this fresh new seafarer, I would it would be quiet.
My lord, your queen must overboard. The sea works high, the wind is loud, and it will not lie still till the ship be cleared of the dead.
That's your superstition!
Pardon us, sir, but with us at sea, it still hath been observed, and we are strong in custom. Therefore, briefly yield her, for she must overboard straight.
As you think meet. Most wretched queen!
Here she lies, sir.
A terrible childbed hast thou had, my dear. No light, no fire. The unfriendly elements forgot thee utterly. Nor have I time to give thee hallowed to thy grave, but straight must cast thee, scarcely coffined in the ooze. Like Horda, bring me spices, ink and paper, my casket and my jewels to where my lady lies. Take the babe. I'll be with thee straight.
Sir, we have a chest beneath the hatches, caulked and bitumen ready.
I thank thee. Mariner, say what coast is this?
We're near Tarsus.
Thither, gentle mariner, alter thy course for Tyre. When canst thou reach it?
By break of day, if the wind cease.
Oh, make for Tarsus. There will I visit Cleon, for the babe cannot hold out to Tyrus. There I'll leave it at careful nursing. Go thy ways, good mariner. I'll bring the body presently.
Philemon,
What would my lord?
get fire and meat for those poor shipwrecked men, then down to the sea, for others may survive that need our aid.
A night so bleak till now I ne'er endured. I much marvel that your lordship should shake the golden slumber of repose so early, being thereto not compelled.
My patience needs wait not upon the storm. Let's to our work. I have ever held that virtue and cunning were endowments greater than nobleness and riches. Careless heirs, may the two latter darken and expend. But immortality attends the former, making a man a god. 'Tis known I ever have studied physic, through which secret art by o'erturning authorities I have, together with my practice, made known to me and to my aid the blessed infusions that dwell in vegetatives, in metals, stones. And I can speak to the disturbances that nature works, and of her cures, which doth give me a more contented course of true delight than thirsty after some tottering honor, or to tie my treasure up in silken bags to please the fool and deaf.
So that there,
What is that?
sir, even now the shore comes upon our the sea our chest. This is some wreck.
Set it down, let's look upon it.
It is like a coffin, sir.
Whate'er it be, 'tis wondrous heavy. Wrench it open straight. If the sea's stomach be o'ercharged with gold, 'tis a good content, of course, it belches upon us.
'Tis so, my lord.
How close 'tis caulked and bitumed. Did the sea cast it up?
I never saw so huge a billow, sir, as tossed it upon shore.
Wrench it open. Soft. It smells most sweetly in my sense.
A delicate odor.
As air hit my nostril. So up with it. Oh, you most potent gods, what's this? A corpse?
Most strange.
Shrouded in cloth of state, embalmed and entreasured, with bags full of spices. A passport, too. Apollo, perfect me in the character. Here I give to understand, if ere this coffin drive a land, I, King Pericles, hath lost this queen, worth all our mundane cost. Who finds her, give her burying. She was the daughter of a king. Besides this treasure for a fee, the gods requite his charity. If thou livest, Pericles, thou hast a heart that even cracks for woe. This chance tonight.
Most likely, sir.
Yea, certainly tonight. For look how fresh she looks. They were too rough that threw her in the sea. Make a fire within. Fetch hither all my boxes from my closet. Death may usurp nature's many hours, yet the fire of life kindle again the oppressed spirits. I have heard of an Egyptian who had 9 hours lain dead, who was by good appliance recovered. Well said, well said. The fire and cloths, the rough and woeful music that we have, cause it to sound, beseech you. The music that we have, cause it to cease, beseech you. Oh, this queen will live. Nature awakes, a warmth breathes out of her. She hath not lain entranced above 5 hours. See how she begins to blow into life's flower again.
The heavens through you increase our wonder and set up your fame forever.
She is alive. Behold her eyelids, cases to those heavenly jewels which Pericles hath lost, begin to part their fringes of bright gold. The diamonds of a most praised water appear to make the world twice rich. Awake, and make us weep to hear your fate, fair creature, rare as you seem to be.
Oh, dear Diana, where am I? Where is my lord? What world is this?
Lend me your hands. To the next chamber bear her, get linen. Now this matter must be looked to, for her relapse is mortal. Come, come, and Asclepius guide us.
Most honored Cleon, I must needs be gone. My 12 months are expired, and Tyre stands in a litigious peace. You and your lady take from my heart all thankfulness. The gods make up the rest upon you.
Your shafts of fortune, though they hurt you mortally, do glance full woundingly on us.
Oh, your sweet queen! That the strict fates had pleased you had brought her hither to have blessed mine eyes with her.
We cannot but obey the powers above us. Could I rage and roar as doth the sea she lies in? Yet the end must be as 'tis. My gentle babe, Marina, whom for she was born at sea I have named so, here I charge your charity withal, leaving her the infant of your care, beseeching you to give her princely training, that she may be mannered as she is born.
Fear not, my lords, but think your grace, fed my country with your grain, for the which the people's prayers still fall upon you, must in your child be thought on. If neglection should make me ne'er so vile, the common body by you relieved would force me to my duty.
Your honor and your goodness are enough without your vows. Till she be married, madam, by bright Diana whom we honor. All unscissored shall this hair of mine remain, though I show ill in't. So I take my leave. Madam, make me blessed in your care in bringing up my child.
I have one myself, my lord, who shall not be more dear to my respect than yours.
Madam, my thanks and prayers.
We'll bring your grace e'en to the edge of the shore and give you up to great Neptune and the gentlest winds of heaven.
I will embrace your offer. Thanks, dearest madam. Oh, sail, sail, rocking on the open sea, rocking on the open sea. As a bird perched on Cerberus's tongue, finding perils all around, yet finding the shore, yet finding the shore. Oh, sail, though tempest tossed, where no thrashing wave of storm will e'er my compass alter from returning to you, from returning to you. Look to my little daughter, on whose grace you may depend hereafter.
Madam, this letter and some certain jewels which lay with you in your coffer are now at your command. Know you the character?
It is my lord's. I was shipped at sea, I well remember, even on my evening time. But whether they are delivered, by the holy gods, I cannot rightly say. Since King Pericles, my shipwrecked lord, I never shall see again, best delivery will I take me to, and evermore have joy.
Madam, if this you purpose as ye speak, Diana's temple is not distant far, where you may abide until your date expire.
My recompense is thanks. That's all. Yet my goodwill be great, though the gift be small.
Intermission, 15 minutes.
Tyre, welcomed and settled in his own desire. His woeful queen we leave at Ephesus, to Diana there of Otris. Now, to Marina bend your mind, more fast changing Z must find a Tarsus. And by Cleon trained in music, letters who hath gained, of education all the grace that makes both the heart and place of general wonder. But alack, that monster envy off the rack, seeks to take off by treason's knife. Dionysa also has a daughter and a pretty lass. Though both be fair, Marina wins more praise and admiration. So Cleon's wife with envy rare, a present murder does prepare. Fair Marina, that her daughter might stand peerless by this slaughter. Sooner her vile thoughts to stead, like Horda, our nurse is dead, and cursed Dionysa hath the dangerous instrument of wrath. Pressed for this blow, this unborn event, I do commend to your content. Dionysa does appear, with Leonine a murderer.
Thou remember thou hast sworn to do it. 'Tis but a blow which never can be known. Thou canst not do a thing in the world so soon to yield thee so much profit. Let not conscience, which is but cold and flaming love in thy bosom, inflame too nicely. Nor let pity, which even women have cast off, melt thee, but be a soldier to thy purpose.
I'll do it, but yet she is a goodly creature.
The fitter than the gods should have her. Here she comes, weeping for her only mistress's death. Thou art resolved?
I am resolved.
This world to me is like a lasting storm, worrying me from my friends.
How now, Marina? Why do you keep alone? How chance my daughter is not with you? Oh, do not consume your blood of sorrowing. You have a nurse of me. Lord, how your favors change with this unprofitable woe. Come, give me your flowers ere the sea mar them. Walk with Leonine, the air is quick there, and it pierces and sharpens the stomach. Come, Leonine, take her by the arm, walk with her.
No, I pray you, I'll not bereave you of your servant.
Come, come. I love the king, your father, and yourself with more than foreign heart. We every day expect him here. When he shall come and find our paragon all reports thus blasted, he will repent the breadth of his great voyage, blame both my lord and me for taking no care to your best courses. Go, I pray you, walk, and be cheerful once again.
Well, I will go, but yet I have no desire to it.
Come, I know 'tis good for you. Walk with her, Leonine, half an hour at the least. Remember what I have said.
I warrant you, madam.
I'll leave you, my sweet lady, for a while. Pray, walk softly, do not heat your blood. What? I must have a care of you.
My thanks, sweet madam. Is this wind westerly that blows?
Southwest.
When I was born, the wind was north.
Was so?
My father, as nurse said, did never fear, but cried good seaman to his sailors, rolling his kingly hands, hailing the ropes.
When was this?
When I was born, never was waves nor wind more violent.
Come, say your prayers.
What mean you?
If you require a little space for prayer, I grant it. Pray, be not tedious, for the gods are quick of ear, and I am sworn to do my work with haste.
Why will you kill me?
To satisfy my lady.
Why would she have me killed? Now, as I can remember by my troth, I never did her hurt in all my life. I never spake bad word, nor did ill turn to any creature. How have I offended, wherein my death might yield her any profit, or my life imply her any danger?
My commission is not to reason of the deed, but do it.
I will not do it for all the world, I hope. You are well favored, and your looks foreshow you have a gentle heart. I saw you lately when you caught hurt in parting two that fought. Good sooth, it showed well in you. Do so now. Your lady seeks my life. Come you between and save poor me, the weaker.
I am sworn and will dispatch.
Oh, villain! Prize, a prize!
Come, let's bring her aboard suddenly. These roguing thieves serve the great pirate Valdez, and they have seized Marina. Let her go! There's no hope she will return. I'll swear she is dead and tossed into the sea, but I'll see further. If she escape, I must to my task again.
Bolt? Bolt? month by being too winchless. We were never so out of creatures. We have but poor three, and they can do no more than they can do, and they with continual action are even as good as rotten.
Therefore, ye shall have freshens, whatever we pay for 'em. But shall I go search the market?
What else, man? The stuff we have, a strong wind will blow them to pieces. They are so pitifully sodden.
Thou sayest true. They're too unwholesome of my conscience. But I'll go search the market.
3,000 or 4,000 shekels were as pretty a proportion as to live quietly and so give over. If in our youths we could have picked up some pretty estate, 'twere not amiss to keep our door hatched. Yet other folks offend as well as we. Well, how else should a poor woman live? Oh.
Why are you foolish? Can it be undone?
Oh, Dionysa, such a piece of slaughter the sun and moon ne'er looked upon.
I think you'll turn a child again.
Were I chief lord of all this spacious world, I'd give it to undo the deed. A lady, much less in blood than in virtue, yet a princess to equal any single crown of the world of the justice and compare. O thou villain Leonine, whom thou hast poisoned too, what canst thou say when noble Pericles demands his child?
That she's dead. Nurses are not the fates to foster it, nor ever to preserve. She died tonight. I'll say so. Who can cross it? Unless you play the pious innocent, and for an honest attribute cry out, she died by foul play.
Oh, go to. Oh, of all the faults beneath the heavens, the gods do like this worst.
Be one of those that think the pretty wrens of Tarsus will fly hence and open as to Pericles? Come, none does know but you how she came dead, nor can they know, Leonine being gone. She did o'ershade my child and stood between her and her fortunes. None would look upon her but cast their gazes on Marina's face. Though you call my course unnatural, you your child not well-loving, yet I find it greets me as an enterprise of kindness performed to your sole daughter.
Heavens forgive it!
And as for Pericles, what should he say? We wept after her hearse, and yet we mourn. Her monument is almost finished, and her epitaph in glittering golden characters expresses a general praise to her and care in us, at whose expense 'tis done.
Thou art like the harp, which to betray dost with thine angel's face, seize with thine eagle's talons.
Come, moralize, be virtuous and wise, yet know you do as I advise.
Come your ways. My masters, you say she's a virgin?
Oh, sir, we doubt it not.
Mistress, I have gone through for this piece, you see. If you like her, so. If not, I have lost my earnest.
Both, has she any qualities?
She has a good face, speaks well, and has excellent good clothes. There's no further necessity of qualities can make her be refused.
What's her price?
You cannot be baked as one dough to 1,000 pieces.
Go in and attend my coming. You shall have your money presently. Bolt, take you the marks of her, the color of her hair, complexion, height, age, with warrant of her virginity, and cry, he that will give the most shall have her first. Such a maidenhead were no cheap thing if men were as they have been. Go, do this as I command you.
Performance shall follow.
Alack, that Leonine was so slack, so slow. He should have struck, not spoke. Or that these pirates, not enough barbarous, had not overboard thrown me for to seek my mother.
Why lament you, pretty one?
That I am pretty.
Come, the gods have done their part in you.
I accuse them not.
You are light into my hands, where you are like to
The
live.
more my fault to escape his hands where I was like to die.
Aye, and you shall live in pleasure.
No,
Indeed shall you. You shall taste gentlemen of all fashions. You shall fare well. You shall have the difference of all complexions. What, do you stop your ears?
are you a woman?
What would you have me be and I not be a woman?
An honest woman or not a woman?
Mary, whip the gosling. I think I shall have something to do with you. Come, you're a young foolish sapling and must be bowed as I would have you.
The gods defend me.
Aye, and if it please the gods to defend you by men, then men must comfort you. Men must feed you. Men must stir you up. Oh, Bolt's return. Now, sir, hast thou cried her through the market?
I have cried her almost to the number of her hair. I have drawn her picture with my voice.
And I prithee tell me, how dost thou find the inclination of the people, especially of the younger sort?
They listened to me as they would have hearkened to their own father's testament. There was a Spaniard's mouth so hard he went to bed to her very description.
Oh, we shall have him here tomorrow night with his bust ruff on.
Tonight.
Oh, come, young one. Now mark me. You must seem to do that fearfully which you commit willingly. Despise profit where you have most gain. Oh, to weep that you live as ye do makes pity in your lovers. Seldom but that pity begets a good opinion, and that opinion's a mere profit.
I understand you not.
No, take her home, mistress. Take her home. These blushes of hers must be quenched with some present practice.
Aye, indeed shall they. For they must. For your bride goes to that with shame, which is her way to go with warrant.
Hey, some do and some do not. But, mistress, if I have bargained for the joint,
Thou mayest have a morsel off the spit.
I may so.
Come, young one. Oh, I like the manner of your garments well.
Aye, by my faith, they shall not be changed yet.
Bolt, take thou this and spend it in the town. Report what a sojourner we have. You'll lose nothing by custom. When nature framed this piece, she did thee a good turn. Therefore report what a paragon she is, and thou hast the harvest of thine own report.
I warrant you, mistress, thunder shall not so awake the beds of eels as my giving out her beauty stir up the lewdly inclined. I'll bring home some tonight.
Come now, come our way.
If fires be hot, knives sharp, or waters deep, untied I still my virgin knot will keep. Diana, aid my purpose.
Oh, what do we have to do with Diana? Come. Oh, will you go with us?
Thus time we waste, and longest leagues make short, Celsius and cockles having wished but for, making to take your imagination, from bourne to bourne, region to region. By you, being parted, we commit no crime, to use one language in each several clime, where our scenes seem to live. I do beseech you to learn of me, who stand I the breaks to teach you the stages of our story. Pericles is once again crossing the wayward sea, attended on by many a lord and knight, to see his daughter, all his life's delight. Well-sailing ships and bounteous winds have brought this king to Tarsus, think his pilots thought. And with this steerage shall your thoughts grow on, to fetch his daughter home who first is gone. Like motes and shadows see them move a while, your ears unto your eyes I'll reconcile. See, how belief may suffer by foul show. This borrowed passion stands for true old woe. And Pericles, with sorrow all devoured, with sighs shot through and biggest tears all showered, leaves Tarsus, and again to sea he goes. Let Pericles believe his daughter's dead, and bear his forces to be ordered by Lady Fortune, while our scene must play his daughter's woe and heavy well a day in her unholy service. Patience then, think you all are now in Mitylene.
I never did hear the like. To have divinity preached there? Who would ever dream of such a thing? I'll do anything now that is virtuous, but I am out of the road of rutting forever.
Well, I'd rather twice the worth of her, and she ne'er come. Fie upon her. She's able to freeze the god Priapus and undo a whole generation. When she should do her clients her fitment, and do me the kindness of our profession, she has her quirks, her reasons, her master reasons, her prayers, her needs, that she would make a Puritan of the devil if he should cheapen a kiss of her.
Faith, I must ravish her, or she'll disfurnish us of all our cavaliers and make our swearers breach.
Now the pox upon her green sickness.
Faith, there's no way to be rid on but by the way to the pox.
Here comes my lord Lysimachus, disguised.
We should have both lord and lowly if the peevish baggage would but give way to customers.
How now? How a dozen of virginity?
Now the gods to bless your honor.
I am glad to see your honor in good health.
You may so. 'Tis the better that your resort to stand upon sound legs. How now, wholesome iniquity? Do you have that a man may draw withal and defy the surgeon?
We have ones here, sir, if she would, but they never saw her like in Mitylene.
If she do the deed of darkness, I would say.
Thou knowest what to say, 'tis well enough.
Well, call forth.
Oh, for flesh and blood, sir, white and red, you shall see a rose, and a rose she were indeed if she, but,
What? Prithee.
Oh, sir, I can be modest.
That dignifies the renown of a bard, no less than it gives a good report to a number to be chaste.
Oh, you shall see what grows to the stalk, never been plucked, I can assure you. Come, is she not a fair creature?
Faith, she would serve after a long voyage at sea. Well, as for you, leave us.
Oh, my lord, beseech you a word, and then I'll take my leave.
I beseech you do.
First, I would have you know, this is an honorable man.
I desire to find him so that I may worthily note him.
Next, he's the governor of this country, and a man who I am bound to.
If he govern the country, you are bound to him indeed, but how honorable he is in that I know not.
Well, please, come, without any more virginal fencing. Will you use him kindly? You will line your apron with gold.
What he will do graciously, I will thankfully receive.
Have you done?
Sir, she's not paced yet. You must take some means to work her to your manage. Come, we'll leave his lordship and her together.
Now, pretty one, how long have you been at this trade?
What trade, sir?
Why, I cannot name it, but I shall offend.
I cannot be offended with my trade. Please you to name it.
How long have you been at this profession?
Ever since I can remember.
Did you go to it so young? Were you a gamester at 5 or at 7?
Earlier too, sir, if now I be one.
Why, the house you dwell in proclaims you be a creature of sad.
Do you know it to be a place of such resort, and will come into it? I hear say you are of honorable parts and are the governor of this place.
Why, hath your principal made unto you who I am?
Who is my principal?
Why, your herb woman. She that sets the seeds and roots of shame and iniquity. Oh, you have heard something of my power, and so stand aloof for more serious wooing. But I protest to thee, pretty one, my authority shall not see thee, nor look friendly upon thee. Come, bring me to some more private place. Come.
If you were born to honor, show it now. If put upon you, make the judgment good that thought you worthy of it.
How's this? How's this? Some more. Be sage.
Gentle my lord, hear me, that am a maid, though most ungentle fortune hath placed me in this sty, where, since I came, diseases have been sold dearer than physic. I will not tell you who or whence I am. I doubt my story ne'er would be believed. Believe this, though, malignant fate hath set me here of force, nor poverty, despair, nor least of all my proper will hath brought me to this pass. Dishonor not yourself in spoiling my precious honesty. Take from me what I shall die to lose, and you should live in shame to have of me. Oh, that the gods would set me free from this unhallowed place, though they did change me to the meanest bird that flies in the purer air.
I did not think Thou couldst have spoke so well. Ne'er dream thou couldst. Had I brought hither a corrupted mind, thy speech had altered it. Hold. Here's gold for thee. Persever, in thy clear ways thou goest. The gods strengthen thee.
The good gods preserve you.
For me be you thoughten that I came with no ill intent. For to me, the very doors and windows say revilely. Fare thee well, thou art a piece of virtue. I doubt not by thy training hath been noble. Hold, here's more gold for thee. A curse upon him die like a thief that robs thee of thy goodness. If thou dost hear from me, it shall be for thy good.
I beseech your honor, one piece for me.
Avaunt, thou damned doorkeeper! Your house, but for this virgin that doth profit, would sink and overwhelm you. Away!
How's this? We must take another course with you. If your peevish Jessie, which is not worth a breakfast and the cheapest curry under the sky, shall undo a whole household, that may be gilded like a spaniel, come your ways.
Whither would you have me?
I must have your maidenhead taken off, or the common hangman shall execute it. Come your ways, we'll have no more gentlemen driven away. Come your ways, I say.
What's the matter?
Worse and worse, mistress. She is here spoken holy words to the Lord Lysimachus.
Oh, abominable!
She makes our profession, as it were, to stink afore the face of the gods.
Oh, Mary, hang her up forever.
The nobleman would have dealt with her like a nobleman, and she sent him away as cold as a snowball, saying his prayers, too.
Bolt, take her. Use her at thy pleasure. Crack the glass of her virginity and make the rest malleable.
And if she be a thornier piece of ground than she is, she shall be plowed.
Hark, hark, you gods!
Oh, she conjures. Oh, away with her. Oh, she is born to undo us. Oh, would that I had never had her within my doors. Oh, will you not go the way of womankind? Come up, my dish of chastity, with rosemary and bays.
Come, mistress, come your ways with me,
Whither wilt thou have me?
to take from you the jewel you hold so dear.
Prithee, tell me one thing first.
Come now, hear one thing.
What canst thou wish thine enemy to be?
Why, I could wish him to be my master, or rather my mistress.
Neither of these are so bad as thou art, since they do better thee in their command. Thou hold the place for which the painless fiend of hell would not in reputation change. Thou art the damned doorkeeper to every coistrel that comes inquiring for his tib, to the choleric fisting of every rogue. Thy ear is liable. Thy food is such as hath been belched on by infected lungs.
What would you have me do? Go to the wars, would you? Where a man may serve 7 years for the loss of a leg, and have not money enough in the end to buy him a wooden one.
And so your want must be excuse not only for the loss of thine own soul, but also for the damning of the creatures that you sell. Do anything but this thou doest. Empty old receptacles or common chores of filth. Serve by indentures to the common hangman. Any of these ways are yet better than this. For what thou professest, a baboon, could he speak, would own a name too dear. Oh, that the gods would safely deliver me from this place. There. Here's gold for thee. If that thy mistress would gain by me, proclaim that I can sing, dance, weave, and sew with other virtues which I'll keep for boast. And I will undertake all these to teach. I doubt not, but this populous city will yield many scholars.
But can you teach all this you speak of?
Prove that I cannot. Take me home again and prostitute me to the basest groom that doth frequent your house.
Well, I will see what I can do for thee. If I can place thee, I will.
But amongst honest women.
Faith, my acquaintance lies little amongst them. But since my mistress has bought you, there's no going but by our consent. Therefore, I will acquaint her with your purpose, and I doubt not but she'll be tractable enough. Come, I'll do for thee all I can. Come your ways.
Marina, thus the brothel escapes and chances into an honest house. Our story says she sings like one immortal and dances goddess-like to her admired lady. Deep clerk she dumbs and with her needle composes nature's own shapes, of bird, bud, branch, or berry, that even her art sisters the natural roses. Her inkle silks twined with the ruby cherry, the pupils lack she none of noble race, who pour their bounty on her, and her gain she gives the cursed bond. Here we her place. Now to her father turn your thoughts again. Where we left him on the sea, we there him lost. When striven before the winds by merest chance, he has arrived here where his daughter dwells, and on this coast suppose him now at anchor. Lysimachus, our Tyrian ship espies, his banner stable, trimmed with rich expense, and to the barge with fervid highs, on your supposing once more put your sight of heavy Pericles. Think this is bark, that what is done in action more of might may be remembered. Please you, sit and hark.
Lord Helicane, some men of worth would come aboard.
I will greet them. Hail, Reverend Sir, the gods preserve you.
And you, sir, to outlive the age I am and die as I would do.
You wish me well, being on shore honoring Neptune's triumphs, and seeing this goodly vessel ride before us, hearing it contained a noble man in great distress of mind, we hither came to know of whence you are and offer aid.
First, what is your place?
I'm the governor of this place you lie before.
Sir, our vessel is of Tyre. In it the king, a man for who this 3 month hath not spoken to any, nor taken sustenance but to prolong his grief.
Upon what ground is his distemperature?
'Twould be too tedious to repeat. But the main grief springs from the loss of a beloved daughter and a wife.
May we not see him?
You may, but bootless is your sight, he will not speak to you.
Yet let me obtain my wish.
Behold him! This was a goodly person, till the disaster that one mortal night drove him to this.
Sir, king, all hail, the gods preserve you. Hail, royal sir.
It is in vain, he will not speak to you.
I dare be sworn, this maid I bring along could, with her music, win some words of him. She, questionless, with her sweet harmony and other chosen attractions, would allure and make a battery through his deafened parts.
Sure, all's effectless, yet nothing will omit that bears recovery's name. Indeed, she's a gallant lady.
She's such a one that were I well assured came of a gentle kind and noble stock, I'd wish no better choice than think me rarely wed. Fair one, with all that consists in bounty, expect even here, where is a kingly patient, if that thy prosperous and artificial feet can draw him but to answer thee in aught, thy sacred physic shall receive such pay as thy desires can wish.
Sir, I will use my utmost skill in his recovery.
Come, let us leave her, and the gods make her prosperous.
Hail, sir. My lord, lend ear. hath endured a grief might equal yours if both were justly weighed. Though wayward fortune did malign my state, my derivation was from ancestors who stood equivalent with mighty kings. But time hath rooted out my parentage, and to the world and awkward casualties bound me in servitude. I will desist, and yet there's something blows upon my cheek and whispers in my ear, go not till he speaks.
My fortunes, parentage, good parentage, to equal mine. Was it not thus? What say you?
I said, my lord, if you did know my parentage, you would not do me violence.
I do think so. Pray you, turn your eyes upon me. You are like something that... What countrywoman, here of these shores?
No, nor of any shores. Yet I was mortally brought forth, and am no other than I appear.
I am great with woe, and shall deliver weeping. My dearest wife was like this maid, and such a one my daughter might have been. My queen's square brow, her stature to an inch, as wand-like straight as silver-voiced, her eyes as jewel-like, and cased as richly. In pace another Juno, who starves the ears she feeds and makes them hungry the more she gives them speech. Where do you live?
Where I am but a stranger. From the deck you may discern the place.
Where were you bred, and how achieved you these endowments which you make more rich to owe?
If I should tell my history, it would seem like lies disdained in the reporting.
Prithee speak. Falseness cannot come from thee, for thou look'st modest as justice, and thou seemst a palace for the crowned truth to dwell in. I will believe thee, and make my senses credit thy relation to points that seem impossible, for thou look'st like one I loved indeed. What were thy friends? Didst thou not say, when I did push thee back, which was when I perceived thee, that thou camest from good descending?
So indeed I did.
Report thy parentage. I think thou saidst thou hadst been tossed from wrong to injury, and that thou thoughtst thy griefs might equal mine if both were open.
Some such thing I said, and said no more, but what my thoughts did warrant me was likely.
Tell thy story. If thine considered prove the thousandth part of my endurance, thou art a man, and I have suffered like a girl. Yet thou dost look like patience, gazing at kings' graves, and smiling extremity out of act. What were thy friends? How lost you them? Thy name, my most kind virgin, recount, I do beseech thee, come, sit by me.
My name is Marina.
Oh, I am mocked! And thou by some insensate god sent hither to make the world to laugh at me.
Patience, good sir, or here I'll cease.
Nay, I'll be patient. Thou little know'st how thou dost startle me to call thyself Marina.
The name was given me by one that had some power. My father, and a king.
How? A king's daughter and called Marina.
You said you would believe me, but not to be a troubler of your peace, I will end here.
But are you flesh and blood? Have you a working pulse? And are no fairy? Motion. Well, speak on. Where were you born, and wherefore called Marina?
Called Marina, for I was born at sea.
At sea? What mother?
My mother was the daughter of a king, who died the minute I was born, as my good nurse Lycorida hath oft delivered weeping.
Oh, stop there a little. This is the rarest dream that Eridor sleep did mock sad fools withal. This cannot be, my daughter's buried. Well, where were you bred? I'll hear you more to the bottom of your story and never interrupt you.
You scorn, believe me, 'twere best I did give o'er.
I will believe you by the syllable of what you shall deliver. Yet, give me leave. How came you to these parts? Where were you bred?
The king my father did in Tarsus leave me, till cruel Cleon with his wicked wife did seek to murder me, and having wooed a villain to attempt it, he having drawn to it, a crew of pirates came and rescued me. But, good sir, whither will you have me? Why do you weep?
Oh, Helicanus!
It may be you think me an impostor. No good faith, I am the daughter to King Pericles, if good King Pericles be.
Calls my lord?
Oh, what a grave and noble counselor, most wise in general. Tell me, if thou canst, what this maid is, or what is like to be that thus hath made me weep.
I know not, but here is the regent, sir, of Mitylene, speaks nobly of her.
She would never tell her parentage, being demanded that she would sit still and weep.
Oh, Helicanus, strike me, honored sir. Give me a gash. Put me to present pain, lest this great sea of joys rushing upon me o'erbear the shores of my mortality and drown me with their sweetness. Oh, come hither, thou that did begetst him that did thee beget, thou that wast born at sea, buried at Tarsus, and found at sea again. Oh, Helicanus, down on thy knees and thank the gods as loud as thunder threatens us. This is Marina. What was thy mother's name? Tell me but that, for truth can never be confirmed enough.
First, sir, I pray you, what is your title?
I am Pericles of Tyre. But tell me now my drowned queen's name, for in the rest you said thou hast been godlike perfect.
Is it no more to be your daughter than to say my mother's name was Thaisa? Thaisa was my mother, who did end the minute I began.
Now, blessing on thee, rise. Thou art my child. Give me fresh garments, mine own, Helicanus. She is not dead at Tarsus as she should have been by savage Cleon. She shall tell thee all when thou shalt kneel and justify in knowledge she is thy very princess. Who is this?
Sir, this is the governor of Mitylene, who, upon hearing of your melancholy state, did come to see you.
I embrace you. Give me my robes. I am wild in my beholding. Oh, heavens, bless my girl! What hark? What music? To tell Helicanus, my Marina, tell him all point by point, for yet he seems to doubt how sure you are my daughter. But what music?
My lord, I hear none.
None. The music of the spheres. List, my Marina.
It is good not to cross him, give him way.
Fairest sounds. Do ye not hear?
My lord, I hear.
Most heavenly music. It nips me unto listening, and thick slumber hangs upon mine eyes. Let me rest.
A pillow for his head. So leave him off.
My temple stands at Ephesus. Hide thee thither and do upon my altar sacrifice. And my maiden priests are met together before the people all, till how thou, when seedest lose thy wife, to mourn thy crosses with thy daughters call, and give them repetition to the light. Before my bidding, or thou livest in woe, do it, be happy by my silver bow. Await, tell thy dream.
Celestial Diane. Goddess Argentine. I will obey thee. Helicanus!
Sir,
My purpose was for Tarsus, there to strike the inhospitable Cleon. But I am for other service first. Toward Ephesus turn our blown sails. Eftsoon they'll tell thee why. Shall we refresh us, sir, upon your shores, and give you gold for such provision as our intents shall need?
Sir, with all my heart and when you come ashore, I have another suit.
You shall prevail, were it to woo my daughter? For it seems you have been noble towards her. Come, my Marina.
preparations are almost run. A little more and then more. At Ephesus, my temple seat, our king and all his company, that he can hither come so soon, is by your fancies thankful doom.
Hail, Diane! To perform thy just command, I here confess myself the king of Tyre, who freighted from my country, did wed at Pentapolis the fair Thaisa. At sea in childbed died she, but brought forth a maid child called Marina, who, O goddess, wears yet thy silver livery. She at Tarsus was nursed with Cleon, who at 16 years he sought to murder. But her better stars brought her to Mitylene. 'Gainst whose shore riding, her fortunes brought the maid aboard us, whereby her own most clear remembrance she made known herself my daughter.
Voice and favor. You are. Pericles.
What means the nun? She dies! Help, gentlemen!
Noble sir, if thou hast told Diana's altar true, this is your wife.
Reverend Apira, no. I threw her overboard with these very arms.
Upon the shore, I warrant you.
'Tis most certain.
Oh, look to the lady. She's but o'erjoyed. Early one blustering morn, she was thrown upon the shore. I oped the coffin, found their rich jewels, recovered her, and placed her here in Diana's temple.
May we see them?
Sir, they shall be shown you at my house, whither I invite you. Look, Thaisa is recovering.
Let me look. Are you not Pericles? Like him you spake, like him you are. Did you not name a tempest, a birth, and a death?
The voice of dead Thaisa?
Yet Thaisa am I, supposed dead and drowned.
Immortal Diane!
Now I know you better. When we with tears parted Pentapolis, the king my father gave you such a ring.
This, no more, you gods! Your present kindness makes my past miseries sports. You shall do well, that on the touching of her lips, I may melt and no more be seen. Oh, come, be buried a second time within these arms.
My heart leaps to be gone into my mother's bosom.
See who stands here, flesh of thy flesh, Thaisa, thy burden at the sea, and called Marina, for she was yielded there.
Blessed and mine own.
Hail, madam, and my queen.
I know you not.
You have heard me say, when I did fly from Tyre, I left behind an ancient substitute. Can you remember what I called the man? I have named him oft.
'Twas Helicanus, then?
Still confirmation. Embrace him, dear Thaisa. This is he. Now, do I long to hear how you were found, how possibly preserved, and who to thank besides the gods for this great miracle.
Lord Cerimon, my lord, this man through whom the gods have shown their favor, that can from first to last resolve you.
Reverend sir, the gods can have no mortal officer more like a god than you. Will you deliver how this dead queen relives?
Oh, I will, my lord. Whither I invite you to my house, where shall be shown you all that was found with her, how she came placed in Diana's temple, no needful thing omitted.
Pure Diane, bless thee for thy vision. I shall offer night oblations to thee. Thaisa, this prince, the fair betrothed of your daughter, shall marry her at Pentapolis. And now, this ornament makes me look dismal. Shall I clip to form, and what's this 16 years no razor touched, to grace thy marriage day, I'll beautify. Lord Cerimon, we do our longing stay to hear the rest untold. Sir, lead the way.
Of King Antiochus you have heard. of monstrous wrong and due and just reward. Pericles, his queen and daughter seen, although assailed by fortune fierce and keen. Virtue persevered through fell destruction's blast, led on by heaven and crowned with joy at last. And Helicanus, you may well describe, a figure of faith, of truth, of loyalty. In reverent ceremony there well appears the worth that learned charity aye wears. For Cleon, king of Tarsus, and his wife laid a plot for fair Marina's life. The city learning of their vile intent were driven out to lifelong banishment. We bring you home now from these far-off places. Our company wears now their proper faces. And on your patience evermore attending, new joy waits on you. Here our play has ended.